Hey everybody, I'm coming to you from inside the Zen tent. I've got my glass of wine and my twinkle lights and my fire, and I'm just chilling. My hair's kind of a mess. I got off work a little bit late, but came out here and I'm just relaxed and peaceful, and yeah, so I had a pretty deep, dark message last night. My video was, oh man, it was intense, right? I cried. Oh man, it was a lot. So I wanted to follow it up tonight with a positive message. And I was just thinking in general, what can I talk about? What can I share? What can I tell people that is a positive thing? And I realized how much we all talk about shunning and excommunication and life as an ExJw, and we tend to talk about the negative realities. So today, I'm going to skip that, and I'm going to talk about all the positive realities. And I'm super excited because I'm genuinely happy. I really love life, and I feel successful in my relationships and my work and my personal life. I feel like I'm still learning and growing every day, and I'm figuring out who I am as a person, and I get to do that with no pressure. I get to figure out who I want to be and what I want to do strictly based on my own decisions and my own thinking and my own research and my own whatever, right? I no longer have 8 men from the governing body dictating what I do. I don't have to read a Watchtower article or do a study to figure out the answer to something. And it's just so nice. The pressure. I don't feel guilt. Man, the guilt. Oh, so the life as a Jehovah's Witness is pretty much a life where you always feel like you're less. You always feel like you're not worthy and you're doing something wrong. Or if you're not doing something wrong, are you thinking wrong? Is your, moral compass not in the right direction? Am I not doing enough inside of the organization? Should I be striving for more? Should I be, oh, God forbid, I didn't go out in service on Saturday, or I didn't get my hours this month, or I missed the meeting because I wanted to stay at home with my family. I wanted to go to that football game, and so I missed Sunday meeting, and did I get in trouble for it? There's so many things that you're made to feel guilty about when you're inside of the organization. Now, I'm outside of the organization, and I don't have this guilt. I'm free to make my own decisions. And it's beautiful. I love it. It's so nice. So I really wanted to stress some positivity and some happiness and show you what it's really like to be outside of the organization. Real quick, I want to sip of this. Don't expect me to hold a glass of wine and then not drink it. And my dog is barking. Okay, so, morals. Do I have morals? Of course I have morals. I was born and raised as a Jehovah's Witness, and I was a Christian for 30 plus years. I've got morals, okay? I think, though, that there's plenty of people in this world who have the exact same moral conduct, and they weren't raised as Christians. generally, we all know right from wrong, right? And the law, that it helps us maintain that. You know, the law says do not murder, okay? That's a good moral. Do not rape. That's a good moral. Do not steal, theft, etc., etc., etc. All morals. Okay, I don't need the Bible to tell me not to do those things. And if you need someone to tell you not to do it, well, guess what? The state and the federal government is telling you not to do it. Now, granted, that's for the U.S. You know, if you're in another country, they've got similar laws. I don't know, whatever. Just, you may not call it state or federal, but you call it something, right? Okay, so we all know right from wrong. You don't necessarily need a Bible or 8 men in New York telling you what's right from wrong. So yes, I do have morals. Now, the beauty behind that is I now get to choose what I believe in other aspects, like gays, lesbians, the LGBTQ life. I don't know what that is. I forget the whole spurt, whatever. Anyways, sorry. As a Christian, I was told that you don't hate the person, you hate the act. Okay, in general, Christians are very snooty, very judgy people. They judge hardcore. And for the most part, if you're gay, lesbian, whatever, trans, you're going to be hated by those type of Christians. I don't have to hate anybody. I don't have to judge their lifestyle. Who am I to say what they do with their life? You do you. You do whatever you want to do. It's your life. It's your body. It's your decision. You're not putting your whatever on me. I'm not putting my whatever on you. And it is fantastic being free from the chains of you have to hate that type of lifestyle. What else? Oh, love. Conditional versus unconditional. I don't know if my mom will see this video, or the rest of my family, my sisters and aunts and uncles and cousins. If there's anyone in my family or ex-friends that just happened to view this video, I can honestly say, I'm sad for you. I'm sad that you don't know what unconditional love is. I now have friends and family who love me unconditionally. They love me despite my beliefs. We don't have the same beliefs. I don't have the same beliefs as all my friends. We all come from different backgrounds, and yet they love me and I love them. And a lot of them are my real family now. And they go through struggles just like everyone else. And I still have my struggles. Life isn't perfect. I still deal with depression and anxiety and a chemical imbalance. That's the same if I were inside the organization or outside of the organization. But the point is that now the friends I make those friends because I want to be friends with them. If I add someone into the circle of my family, I'm adding them into my circle of family because I genuinely want them there. When you're inside the organization or inside a congregation, hold on, I want a drink. Just so you know, this is like the cheapest wine. It's $6 and it's like peach Moscato or something. I don't know. It's so cheap and it tastes like juice. I love it. It's like $6. Okay. So, when you're inside of the organization, the reality is that you have to love your fellow brothers and sisters, right? So, if you have a congregation that's mostly made up of older people, which a lot of the congregations are. A lot of the congregations are made up of elderly. They're also made up of some rather odd people from, I don't know, they just kind of have odd personalities, right? That you wouldn't necessarily get along with, but because you're in the congregation, you have to be friends with these people. You have to love them. And I always found that so hard because I always found it so fake. I was faking love for these people. And then we do not deny this. Jehovah's Witnesses leave from service and meetings, conventions, assemblies, whatever. They go home or they go out to eat with their real friends from the congregation. And then they just talk about how weird brother so-and-so is. We had nicknames for like everybody. I'm gonna throw some out there. We nicknamed someone Mama Molar, Bulldog, Two Hair. What are some other ones? We had mean nicknames. I'm sorry. That is not love, okay? So in general, there's just so much judging that happens inside of the organization, but it's also because you're forced into these situations that otherwise you wouldn't be in. I wouldn't necessarily be friends with those people. And what's great is that now I have the ability to say, I don't need to be friends with you. You know, you're fine. Go. You know, if there's someone I meet on the street tomorrow, I can have a pleasant conversation. I can smile and talk about the weather, and then we all go about our day and we go about our separate lives. I'm not forced to be friends with these people. I'm friends now with the people I choose to be friends with, and it's an unconditional love. They love me, I love them, despite what I believe in, despite our differences, despite whatever, you know. But it's because we have common things, or we have things in common, and I don't know, they just mesh with me. They mesh in my life, and I mesh in their life, and I love it. And I don't have to worry about whether or not I'm doing X, Y, and Z, and if they're going to all of a sudden shun me because of X, Y, and Z. I know the friends in my life right now are not going to shun me. They're not going to turn their back on me, even if I do something stupid, because believe me, I'm going to do something stupid at some point. Again, I just did something stupid 2 months ago. I'm not even going to go into it, but at one point I screamed, I am Wonder Woman, and charged down the street. Okay, I'm dumb sometimes. But my friends love me despite of that. And I think that's great. So that's a positive thing. Conditional love, unconditional love. I actually now know what it means to have unconditional love. And it's fantastic. It's just great. Oh, okay. So the society will put out there this kind of general idea of what it's like when you're not a Jehovah's Witness, right? They say if you like fall out, or if you get disfellowshipped, or you leave, the idea is that you're either going to become addicted to drugs, you're going to become an alcoholic, you're going to get pregnant, an unwanted pregnancy that like destroys your life. You're going to have unhappy relationships, and most of the time they display these relationships as abusive, which is interesting because there's more abusive relationships inside of the organization than I think there are out. Just my opinion. But it's all swept and hidden under the rug. And then what else do they describe? They just generally describe life outside of the organization as a very unhappy, depressed, just down, awful situation, right? That's not me at all. I have thrived. I feel so good, and I'm not addicted to drugs. I'm not addicted to alcohol. I don't have an unwanted pregnancy. In fact, if I did accidentally get pregnant, I would be thrilled and happy, and I would be okay being a single mom. I would honestly be totally all right with it. And the father would be able to participate as much as he wants, but I wouldn't put pressure on him to marry me, and I wouldn't put pressure on him in some other form that Jehovah's Witnesses would. No, if I get pregnant, it's honestly, I'd be totally okay with it. Let's see what else. Secular work is amazing. I can now actually strive for more, and I can put more time and energy into my secular work because I'm not spending all of my time and energy focusing on the kingdom preaching work and the meetings and the watchtower and the assemblies and conventions and the blah, 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 right? Now I can focus that time and energy into promoting myself, making a decent living so that I can pay my bills, pay for food and for recreation, so I can pay for recreation. I don't know. There's just so many good things, and I feel like they don't get talked about enough. So I'm going to try to come on here a little bit more, and maybe it's just a 2-minute video and it says, I'm happy because of this, or I'm happy because of this. I'm very grateful for where I'm at right now. And yes, I still have days where I struggle, and I still have days where I'm down and depressed and I have anxiety, but I'm going to have that no matter what, because that's just life. That's just living. The world is not perfect, as we know. We all know. And I don't feel the pressure to be perfect inside an imperfect world. I don't feel pressure to appease everybody. Ooh, there's one other thing I want to talk about before I go. Hold on, I want to drink. Okay. Close your ears, Mama. Mom, if you're watching this, just don't listen, okay? Because I'm going to talk about sex. Jehovah's Witnesses do not believe in premarital sex, right? A lot of Christians don't. A lot of religions don't believe in premarital sex. It's a bad thing. It's a taboo thing, right? Don't do that. Can I just say, the pressure to not have sex before marriage is stupid. It's dumb. You're supposed to marry someone, and I'm sorry, this is just my opinion, so there's more than just my mom out there who's going to be offended by this. There's going to be multiple people out there that, you know, of all different backgrounds, of all different religions, that believe you should not have premarital sex. So just take this for what it is. It's my opinion, and I'm allowed to have my opinion. My opinion is that I like sex, and I also believe that when I marry again, I want to be sexually compatible with that person. Well, how do you know if you're sexually compatible? You have sex. Duh. Well, if you're already married, you've already said your vows, and you've already signed the documents, and you don't believe in divorce, all of a sudden you're stuck in a marriage where you're not sexually compatible with someone. That is an awful position to be in. No, thank you. I was lucky in the fact that when I was married, I didn't have that issue. But I know a lot of people who did get married as Jehovah's Witnesses, and that was a big problem. That was a big issue. And I always felt so bad for those people, because what do? You're stuck, right? So anyways, I'm so happy because right now I'm single, and I know that if I want to be married in the future, I've made that decision based on all the factors, and I've tested all the factors. You know, there's more than just sex that goes into marriage. But that is a huge part of it. It is. It's a big, big part of it. So anyways, that's another big plus side for me, and I'm happy, and I'm coming up on 21 and a half minutes. So I'm going to stop here and just say happy Monday. I hope the rest of your week is fantastic. And if you have a positive outlook on life, or you're happy and grateful for something, put it down in the comments. I'd love to know what you guys are happy about. So talk to you later. Bye.